The fuck's going on? Oh wait, hang
Oh,
on.
we still make these?
We still make these. Yeah. So really cool thing about this is that we're adults with responsibilities, and sometimes weekly podcasts are difficult. Um, we do our best, and this is a good week for it. This is a good day. It's a good day
I
for it.
like the
It's a great
lineup.
day. I'm happy to be back here. The lineup is strong. We got a good off-season lineup going today. Of shit, we said this would be fun. Let's do it, and so this is gonna be some regulars today. I think. Speaking of regulars, Dr. Pepper ASMR has returned.
Oh, that was nice.
That was crisp.
That was nice. That DP is back.
You know I got it on me.
Hold on, my mom just called me right now.
Fuck yeah.
Perfect timing.
Incredible.
Yes.
Alright, while Brayden's gone, I should let y'all know. Don't tell him I said this. He's very handsome. Okay, he's very, very, very handsome. And I love him. That's my brother. That's my dog. Alright, he doesn't have to know. He doesn't have to know. I said some awful things about you while you were gone.
Oh, whoa.
Truly despicable things.
All right, don't tell me what it is. I'll have to watch the podcast back. Let it get another view.
Yep. You'll have to run that shit up.
All right. Have I been introduced?
Damn. The people must know. Who is this handsome man next to me? This is Brayden McClellan. I am joined as always, of course, by Brayden McClellan. I didn't really do my usual intro. I just freestyled it a little today, but
different vibe today.
Different vibe today for sure. It's been that kind of day. It's been. Well, how are you? How are you doing?
Doing fucking pretty solid right now. How are you feeling?
I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. A life update. It got better. It got better.
As it usually does.
Anytime things. You know what's great about life is it does this the whole time, throughout all of it.
Unless you properly become a stoic.
Then it does this.
It just does that.
But that's kind of boring. That's kind of boring. I'm going to be honest with you. I appreciate the idea.
There is things from stoicism that I love,
Absolutely.
but I cannot give up enjoying this. I just can't. Like, this part, I can't give up enjoying. As much as I would love to no longer feel this part, I would love to stop feeling this part. Well, I can't give up this part.
This part is what makes this part that much more fun to begin with.
Yeah.
Knowing what it's like on the other side is what makes being on top feel so good. And on top of that, I'm sorry, I'm not going to look straight-faced, just no smile while watching the Titans win a Super Bowl for the first time. Not that that's ever going to happen in my lifetime, but if it did, I can't be like, good job. No, I'm going to be...
Yeah, I mean, what I try to do is take in some of the principles to lessen how bad this feels or how low this goes.
Right.
But you can only limit that so much without giving up.
I'm with you, and I do this. I've done the same thing for a few years now in terms of not letting individual bad moments ruin an entire day for me, and not letting those kind of things linger. It's not necessarily easy.
It's
all
hard.
The time. It is.
I'll just say it's hard.
I'll agree. It's quite difficult. There's a reason so many people struggle with it. It is pretty fucking hard, but. With that being said, though, it's once you learn how to do it to an extent, it does make your life a lot better, or at least it does prevent you from getting too low. Even when things are not looking great, perspective does help, and as cliches as to say, things can always be worse. In fact, they probably have been worse at some point before, and excuse me, you're just far enough removed from it that you don't remember it ever being this bad, but. And it will be this bad again at some point in the future because that is how life goes. But you will get through it nonetheless because you're strong and I love you.
The way life goes. Probably my favorite Uzi song.
It's a good song. It's a very good song. But yeah, life's been very nice. I've been hanging out with folks a lot recently. I've been filling out the space in the bedroom, which that was happening 2 weeks ago. However, this one right here, this Jimi Hendrix poster that you can kind of see. It's
Almost.
new. I just hung it up like 15 minutes ago. It's
So you're making me look bad, dude. Like I keep saying, eventually I'm gonna put stuff back here, and I haven't.
You got a whole shelf full of Zords back there. You're
But
gonna be
like
doing okay.
I don't know. Like this is so concentrated. Yours feels slightly more spread out, which I think is better like to look at.
Mm-hmm. Well,
At least in this setting.
I also got blankets and pajamas all in that one corner of the bed that's sticking out like a sore thumb right here. It don't matter.
I think it adds character.
Well, now I got little cat feet walking under the bed. You see him? There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes.
There he is.
There he goes. I fucking love my cat. He'd be pissing me off though. Yesterday, right? So I will tell the folks. I have something going on romantically that does not currently have a label, but I have something going on romantically. And Shawty was over yesterday, and as she was on her way, this little goober, I watched him. I shit you not. I got home from work yesterday. I watched him walk to the litter box, get out of the litter box, walk into my bedroom. I done walked past my bedroom, caught him in the act, peeing on that gray blanket right there. And I was literally, the next thing I was going to do after eating, because I got home and I showered and I ate something, the next thing I was going to do after eating was clean out his litter box, which, by the way, was not that bad. I never let it get that bad. It was not bad. He had plenty of room to go. He just wanted to be a dick about it. He was just being, especially in a pampered mood yesterday. So he had to let me know. It was not to his liking by peeing on my brand new blanket that I got from IKEA a couple weeks ago. So, thank you, Bowie. I love you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. He's looking at me. Y'all can't see him. He's looking at me. I love him, though. I love him. But he's a little shit sometimes. But, you know, that's just having a cat, I think. But, yeah. Yes. Good stuff. Good things happening.
Dope.
Yep.
I mean, the best way to go through life is just girl bossing your way through life. I feel.
I agree.
And
I wholeheartedly agree.
I think we need to find out what kind of girl boss we are.
How best can we navigate this space as a girl
Of
boss?
life.
You know, men must know these things.
Because not only do I want to girl boss my way through life, I want to know exactly how I'm doing it.
Right.
So I can stun on these hoes even harder.
I couldn't agree with you more.
And so today, what we're going to be doing is taking a quiz to find out the answer to these questions. To find out what kind of girl boss we are.
Shall we?
Let's pull it up. I'm pulling it up right
we
now.
Shall.
Whoa, an ad. So, we're over here on UQuiz, finding out what kind of girl boss we are.
Hello, girl bosses. If you're here, I'm guessing you need some direction. You're goddamn right. Respectfully, I need some direction. Don't worry, that's what this quiz is for. You answer some easy questions, and I'll put you in a girl boss category. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. First step is to just enter your name.
That's correct.
I'm going to just let them know.
Let them fucking know.
And I'm going to start the quiz.
All right. It's a 9-question quiz.
It's a 12-question quiz for me.
I thought we picked what kind of girl boss we are.
That's the one I picked as well.
Huh. There are multiple. We're finding out different quizzes what kind of girl boss we are.
Well, no. We're taking the same quiz.
That's why. Well, mine's not. I don't think we have different questions.
Did you have the same prompt that I read off just now?
I did not see that. We're both on UQuiz. How many girl boss quizzes are there on UQuiz?
It's a damn good question. Because I clicked the what kind as well, not the which.
Yeah. Let's.
Beg your pardon? You think they'd be the same questions for everybody? What the fuck?
Hold on. Yo, UQuiz. How many girl boss quizzes do you got? Oh, fucking. Okay, I think I just found it.
Okay.
You know, should I say what I did? Should I say what I fucked up on?
What did you fucked up on?
So when I re-looked it up, I guess I didn't type boss. I was just about to find out what type of girl I am.
Oh, shit.
I was just going to find out what type of girl I am. Okay, 12-question quiz. What type of girl boss are you?
Okay. Is it what do you have for breakfast? Is that your question?
Yes.
Okay, I think we're good now.
All right. We're
So,
girl bossing now.
We got, our options are pumpkin spice latte, very
Correct.
dry scrambled eggs, tofu
Mine are usually too
sausage, and I agree, mine are also usually too wet. However, that tofu sausage and avocado toast. I don't have time for breakfast. My assistant gets me big coffee and tea with some of my essential oils. Me personally, on the weekends, I fucks with the scrambled eggs. However, they're never dry. My
Yeah,
shits are
see, that's the
cooked well.
problem. If it was just scrambled eggs, that'd be the answer. But I have the
No.
opposite problem
Boy,
of
get
what
down, get down. Boy, get down.
that prompt said.
Get down. He did the opposite. He did the opposite. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Anywho, 4 to 5 days a week, I don't have time for breakfast, quite honestly. And if I do, it's a spoonful of peanut butter. It's none of these options. So I'm gonna say
I've been trying to put on weight, so I have been making the time for breakfast.
fair enough.
So this is a problem because it's like
Excuse me.
scrambled eggs is the closest, so I'm gonna go with it. But it's like it's just not right.
I don't think you're thinking girl bossing enough for this. It's the problem. You're not in that girl
Okay,
boss grind
excuse you?
set. You're not in that girl boss grind set.
It says the one that says they may not have breakfast all the time. Girl bosses?
Girl bosses
Need
don't
all the
do-
energy
Girl
they get.
bosses be hustling. We don't got no time for breakfast. I'm out here girl
Girl
bossing
bosses
shit.
do a line of coke for breakfast and move on with their day. That's what a fucking girl boss does. I don't think you're a girl bossing enough.
Hey, line of coke wasn't an option. Man, none of these are even close. And I don't have an assistant to get me a big coffee. I'm not girl boss enough yet for an assistant, so I make my own big coffee.
I think that's taking the term girl boss too literally.
All right, you're right. I'm more of a spiritual girl boss.
Anyways, I'm gonna. The one I'm leaning though is also tea.
Chloe, can you get down?
If it was just tea, because I do like a green tea in the morning,
Yep.
I think I might go with that one.
All right. Do you like it?
I'm gonna go with that one over because I feel like the energy of that one feels more right than the energy of
dry
scrambled eggs.
There's negative aura in dry scrambled eggs. No aura in that meal whatsoever.
Well, no, that's a girl boss that's like strictly business.
Not because then you cooked them too long, and you're taking extra time to overcook them. Hell no!
Because they don't want them. They just want something dry to go down. They're like, I want the eggs. I just they're cooking them dry, probably because they're also doing something else while they're cooking. They're multitasking.
All right.
And they're not burnt, so they didn't neglect it that much to where it's a bad level of multitask.
Just real quick.
Anyways,
where else in the world are you getting this kind of content from? Deep dive into what makes a girl boss a girl boss. On question 1 of 12, we got 11 more of these bitches.
Fuck it. Okay, so I went with tea and I'm moving on.
I'm going with I don't have time for breakfast. What is your job?
All right. I'm retired. I'm a stay-at-home mom with a side hustle.
That's girl boss.
Slaying.
Shit. That's girl boss shit.
I have my own very successful company that I'm a CEO of. Again, too literal of the term.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a hashtag mommy, and I love 2 fun activities with my kids. My kitties, sorry. And I have a blog where I review vegan restaurants.
The closest one by far is slaying.
Well, this isn't a what is the most girl boss answer.
Well,
all of these can be girl bosses.
Yeah. No, I'm saying closest one for me is slaying. I work in the military-industrial complex. I've definitely slayed brown kids with the shit that I built at work. Probably.
Do you actively think about that on the job?
No, I do. I deadass think about, now granted what I build doesn't go into it, but I know, the people right next to me, they build, GPS trackers that go in missiles. And I'm like, I know damn well that shit has been used to kill some...
You're like, why are they plugging in the coordinates for St. Jude's? What are they doing over there?
Yeah, so slaying, metaphorically and literally, for me, actually. So slaying, I'm going to go with slaying.
See, I have a blog part feels kind of right for the internet stuff I'd be doing, but it's not, it's not a blog or vegan restaurants.
Yeah, well, you just review bad Wii games instead of vegan restaurants. It's the same energy, I feel.
It's exactly what I do.
Yeah.
But that also feels like I'm slaying.
What? Yeah, but I mean, hey, you could go with slaying. That's up to you. It's your
I
quiz.
think when I wear my This Girl Can hat, I'm definitely slaying.
Oh my god, yes. By the way, wait, we didn't even tell the folks about your thrift haul.
I think we talked about that.
No.
Yeah. I talked about the flamingo and all that.
No, not today.
Not today, but on the pod we had.
I think you did it last week, and the last pod was 2 weeks ago.
I don't know, dude. I definitely feel like I remember talking about it on the pod.
Yeah, just in case you haven't, he went thrifting. He got a hat that says "This girl can," which very girl boss of him. He's definitely
it's a nice pink and purple hat.
He also got a little.
So I'd be slaying professionally. I'm going with slaying.
Okay, I think you and I could both agree there.
How do you prefer to travel?
Should we do a fun answer or should we do a real? Because it's our car for both of us.
Yes.
But I feel like horse-drawn carriage would matches my aura better.
I mean, I'm gonna if there's a this is just the answer, I'm gonna go with it. But if none perfectly match, I'm going off aura. But this one is just that is what I'd be doing.
But how? Okay, but don't, you know how they say don't dress for the job you want, or dress for the job you want. Not the job
you know what?
Have.
You know
Travel
what? It does say prefer.
The way you want.
It does say prefer.
Yeah, it does say prefer. Me personally, horse-drawn carriage. Take me there. Let's fucking do it. Locking it in.
You know what? I'm thinking, and this one I'm torn on. If it was just Mickey Mouse shoes, period, I'd go with it, because I got some nice slippers, like big fluffy, puffy slippers I'd be wearing, but they're not high heels, and high heels isn't my aura. I'm I still wear Converse to prom kind of girl boss. Taylor Swift in that one song or whatever the fuck aura.
Right.
This is a tough one for me.
I hear you. A lot of good options. Good options.
I still might go my car, actually, because some of these are either too fancy or too low key, or like the bus. It's not my energy.
Do you see? You have the trending now thing in your top left as well, right? Where it shows you the questions.
Oh yeah, are you a twink?
That's
girl,
what I was just looking
man,
at. That's what I was just looking at. That's what made me ask you. We gotta take.
We're coming back to this website.
Sure. We gotta take the twink quiz for sure. I need to know. I need to know.
Twink. I know I'm not.
I know I'm not, but I need to know. I just need it. I need the validation.
We just need to find the what kind of gay are you quiz. Twink bear.
I know what kind of gay I am, but I still I'd like to.
I think I'm gonna go with my car because high heels, limousine, not the vibe for me. That's too fancy. The bus is like.
There's nothing girl bossy about the bus. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. No amount of energy.
Electric car, not my style. And then horse-drawn carriage, at times, vacation. I'm in a certain town. Horse-drawn carriage. But I think I'm still gonna stick with my car.
If I'm in Saint Denis, put me in a horse-drawn carriage.
I'm just gonna go with my car.
This one's a little more literal.
Do you have a pet?
I have a tabby cat. That's a pretty fucking easy one for me to lock in. That's one of the options. I have it. I'm not gonna do.
No, it's unethical to own an animal.
So the options are: I don't have time for that. I have a few cats. It's unethical to own an animal. I have a golden retriever. I have a tabby cat, and other. Should we just go literal on this one? I mean, there's literally nothing to dissect here.
Yeah, it's also because it is not a which do you want? It's what do you have? Do you have?
This one, I have a tabby cat. I have an orange tabby, and I love him.
I guess I have to go other.
You do, because Dirk is not a golden retriever.
Dirk is not a golden retriever. I
love Dirkio, but he's not a golden
His
retriever.
energy, isn't too far off at times, but I'm going to stick with other.
Excuse me. How many
let's
kids?
move on. Damn, how many children do you have? This is a crazy question.
Not a single one of these matches either of our answers, because we both want one and don't have any.
Yeah, the only I don't have one is
I don't have time for children.
So it's not our vibe.
Okay, so let's see. Let me see the vibe with some of these.
I mean, do you currently have time for children? Because maybe then.
I don't currently. Well, it's not about time. It's about money. I'm too broke to afford kids right now. I cannot afford kids.
I mean, step one is find mother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is definitely step one.
Still working on that step right now.
To be concluded with me. To be seen. Remains to be seen. If I have found.
By the way, the energy I hate the most on this list, and is the type of flavor of woman I'm not looking for is for
Kyle,
Kylie, McKiley, and Kyler. Brother.
Yeah, that is also the flavor of woman I'm not looking for. With all due respect to the people who want to name their kids Kyle, Kylie, McKiley, and Kyler.
Individually, all fine.
I gotta disagree.
We're actually we're very pro a specific Kyler.
I gotta be I gotta disagree with you on Mikhaili being fine. I'm not a fan.
I mean, okay. When I said I was fine, I literally stared directly at that one and was like,
it's like, wait a minute. Yeah, we are very pro Kyler. We are very pro Kyler Murray. In fact, do you see that? I know you saw it because I saw you liked the post. It was CBS always trying to start shit. They had that post. They had that picture up with the Cardinals just randomly posted a picture of Kyler Murray on Twitter, and they were like comparing it to the Josh Rosen. It's like, are you fucking stupid?
Yeah.
Are you, like,
anyways, this isn't sports.
Sorry.
I'm gonna put I don't have time for children just because it's the closest to reality right now. But it's not the
I don't have money for children. It's not my aura necessarily, but I don't have money.
Well, time is money, so it's gonna
time
track.
Equals money. So yeah, you're right. Are you married?
I'm a hashtag single lady.
No, I got divorced. I feel like matches my aura.
Your current aura? Yeah, it does.
None of these match my aura. None of these match my aura, my current aura. So I'm gonna go with I got divorced because it's the most fun option.
Yeah, I'm a hashtag single lady. Mm-hmm. I'm the kind that's like, this is by choice, but when I'm alone, I'm like, fuck.
Excuse me.
But yeah, that's what I'm going with.
Favorite color. Why is blue not an option?
Boom. But my favorite color is.
Oh, cream is an option. Why is cream an option and not blue? I'm gonna go with purple.
Purple is just legitimately my favorite color, so I got to.
Purple's very high up. Oh,
okay.
Are
we supposed to be on our phone?
We must be because it says pick an emoji and none of these look.
It's a question mark. It's great. We have a roll
except for the winky face.
Yeah.
I'm just clicking with the winky face.
I'm gonna go with one of the question marks. I'm a risk taker.
I kind of fucks with the winky face.
Yeah, I mean I'm leaning it, but yeah, I'm going with it. All right, pick an activity.
Yoga.
Water aerobics.
Going apple picking.
Yelling at coworkers.
Bam! I don't need to read the rest of them.
Learning a language and going to church.
Yelling at coworkers by far.
I mean, your boy is a man of God.
I do be yelling at my coworkers every day. Respectfully, I very playfully yell at my coworkers, but I don't
give a fuck enough to yell at my coworkers.
I do love making fun of my coworkers. Only the fun ones. I leave the rest of them alone.
I think yoga is my health nut vibe, so I'm going with yoga.
All right,
I don't do it. I mean, I do some stretches, but I won't say it's quite yoga. But that's
this is the best. This is the best question by far.
Oh, there's some drip.
There is some aura to be had in this one here. We've got pick an outfit. So we've got the autumn fit, and you don't even need a picture to know what this looks like. Okay, you know damn well what the autumn fit looks like. Pink suit, which I fuck with.
I'm fucking with it pretty heavily.
But I fuck with it, especially she got the little she got aura. She's got aura for sure. The gray suit, see, I think this is good too. It's classy. It's low profile. She's got aura. She's wearing it well. She's rocking it. I'm
like,
it.
I can see her in that suit, and I'm like, we wouldn't vibe.
Maybe
the fit's clean, but I can just tell personality wise we would not vibe.
It's not my choice, but I'm just saying I respect what she's got going on. It's not for me, but I respect what she's got going on. Now the beautiful dress. Now I wouldn't necessarily say this is my kind of dress, but in general, a beautiful dress, I'll put that shit on. Absolutely.
No, bro, you gotta go off what the picture is, bro. That is a grandma nightgown, but it is definitely the most comfortable one here.
Oh, well, yeah. That's now the vegan fit. Respectfully, I do enjoy me a good hamburger every now and again. In fact, I got some buffalo chicken wrap in the fridge. I'm gonna be eating after this pod. So, no. The answer is no. Not that one. Now the skinny jeans and the sweater. This to me is my actual fit, like 50% of the time.
I don't be going to the skinny jeans.
I've had the same skinny jeans since high school. I still be wearing them bitches every now and again.
Bro, I don't know how you be wearing them, bro. My ass is too big. How are you fitting in those things?
But it's the stretch denim. It's like jeggings for men, basically. Because I got the stretch denim. My ass is you know I got that shit on me.
I know. That's why I said I was like, mine's too big for these. How the fuck is yours getting in there?
You know I got me a weapon back there. Now,
that's why I'm so mesmerized by the fact that you fit into those things.
It's the stretch denim. It's really comfy and it fits well. They fit well. It's
I'm
nice.
Going with the pink suit. She got that shit on, and it's like
in terms
what we wouldn't date. But she owns who she is in a way that I respect.
In terms of
we wouldn't vibe to it.
Who has the most aura in these pictures? By far, it's pink suit. I'm agree with you. I'm going with pink suit.
I don't know, bro. Beautiful dress kind of got that shit on though.
She got. I'm not saying she don't got that shit. I think
she looked the happiest.
The only person who don't got that shit on was the vegan fit. But I mean, that was also they put a picture of the vegan teacher in there.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to. I really don't want to dive into this on the channel.
Well, let's both click. I'd rather not say.
Honestly, I don't. I purposely didn't vote last time, so I'm sticking with I don't vote.
I actually did not vote in state elections that came up recently, so I will vote in the federal probably. Well, anyways, I'm gonna say I don't vote. No, I'll rather not say, so you and I can have a different one.
I'm sticking with I don't vote because it is accurate actually. So, anyways, who do you love? What do you love most? My job, the animals, my kids, my husband, myself, or your pumpkin spice latte?
I'll go with my husband. I'm gonna go with my. Recently divorced, and I love my husband. Yes, this is my.
I guess I gotta go with the animals, just because Dirk is my fucking. That's my homie.
I do love this guy. He's a little turd, but I'm gonna say my husband. Now this is the last question, mind you.
Yep. All right. So when we click, we're about to click next. Let's count down for it, and then we'll see what we are.
3, 2, 1.
Click. What the fuck is this?
I got the typical girl boss, so I'm guessing you got something wildly different because
Okay, let me read through mine, and then can you like share your screen after so I can see what you actually have?
Yeah, I think I can do that on Discord, can't I?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right, but let's. Here, let me share mine so you can see the picture I'm looking at.
Okay, because mine's just a girl in a pink suit with a.
Yeah, we got something a little different. Okay, I don't know. Okay. I haven't read the synopsis yet.
Okay.
So hopefully you should be seeing this.
Debbie?
Deb E. Not Debbie. Deb
Debbie, you are iconic.
You're
amazing,
iconic.
Incredible. Oh, sorry. I'll let you.
You are iconic, amazing, incredible, spectacular, and overall better than the rest of humanity. Keep on slaying. You are immortal. Period. Then a question mark.
You got it.
Apparently, I got that shit.
You got that shit.
I got that shit. Apparently.
Now let's take a propaganda.
Stop sharing.
Let's take a propaganda at what I got going.
Let's take a look at yours. You ain't Debbie though.
I know I minimize my shit.
Typical girl boss.
We got the typical girl boss. It's not that you're basic. That's the wrong you are, by the way. So this whole quiz has now been invalidated because it's supposed to be you are. But anywho, it's not that you're basic. No, you just are a classic girl boss, and you can't go wrong with classics. Just be sure to keep up with the Gaslight, Gatekeep, and Girlboss game. You know, respectfully, I'll be doing all those things.
Gotcha.
So, let me stop streaming. Anywho,
what an
awful fucking quiz. I had fun doing it though.
All right, speak for yourself, bro. I got Deb E.
Yeah, well, my results.
I'm her.
I'm her. You're her. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I'm happy with the results.
I can live with it. Ain't nothing wrong with just being me.
I mean, if you Gaslight, Gatekeep, and Girlboss, bro, I think
you're doing something right.
You got it. Like that is just you.
I just got that shit on me. So.
But I'm apparently better than the rest of humanity.
Everybody, you're better than everyone. You're better than all of us. And
I wish we could go back I mean, we could, but after the video, going back and seeing what we answered differently on and what makes me better.
Yeah. Well, I have a cat, and I have a tabby cat, and you have an other. That might be the difference right there. An other does not mean necessarily an average house pet. It could be a formidable
tiger.
Entity.
I live in the state of Texas, bro. I could just be owning a tiger.
Hey, you never know.
Maybe it's because I love the animals and you love your husband.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
I love my husband. Granted, I feel like the classic girl boss doesn't have a husband. She loves herself.
Well, classic. It depends on how classic we're talking.
No, I mean like the typical girl boss, like modern day, present, like pig suit girl boss. That is a single woman who does not even think about men other than like maybe getting tongued down every now and again, respectfully.
Using us as fucking slabs of meat.
Yeah, objectifying us. Ain't shit.
Typical girl boss.
Ain't shit but a tongue and a dick, right? And then
just a pair of fingers, mouth, and
pair of fingers, mouth, and dick, and you know what? Hey, get it how you live. All right, you do you. It's not for me, but hey, it's up to you. So now
We're gonna differ on this one.
we we do have something a little different, something
Yeah,
new,
we do have something a little different.
something new to be introducing today. And since this was your idea, I'm gonna let you.
So this is a
take
pretty
the reins
common
here.
like pod segment that I've seen clips of for a lot of other places. So I figured, fuck it, let's do it.
Mhm.
Blind rankings.
Now, can I guess first? Because I have a fun one for you, and I want it to be a surprise for when we get
Okay,
to you.
yeah. So I'll have mine. I'll have the one I picked for Jacob to blind rank go first. Blind rankings. I can't imagine people haven't seen it, especially if they've managed to find this pod. They've probably seen clips of this.
Right.
But we're gonna name. I'm gonna name what the category is, and then one by one, I'm gonna name 5 different things under that category. Each one I say he has to rank 1 through 5. Then I say the next item. He can't change it. So whatever ranking he has at the end,
As fucked
what he
up as it
has.
may be, we gonna leave
So-
it at that.
I know it's the off season. We should be straying maybe a little way more from sports, but this one is still sports
I was
related.
gonna
This
say,
one is sports teams, whole teams. How much you like them?
sports teams. This is just
Yes,
pure
sir.
vibe. How I
This is
mess up?
however you want to take that.
Okay.
Pure vibe. Let's just go with how much. Yeah, just however you want to take it. However you want to take
However I
it.
want to take it. Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna go
Sports
with. I'm
teams.
gonna go with most aura.
All
Go
right.
teams with most aura.
Well, this will be interesting. Sports teams. Starting off with the Tennessee Vols football team.
In terms of aura, that team's got aura. It's got Nico Iamaleava at quarterback. It's got Squirrel White at wide receiver. Fuck you, no name Squirrel. All right, that's. You know what? Number one. Off rip.
Number
I'm
one.
I'm not even gonna bother putting them at 2 and saving somebody else. No, they deserve it. They deserve
Okay.
it. Vols football. James Pierce Jr. In terms of aura, yeah, that team is number one.
All right. All right.
Number
Next
one.
up, you have the Memphis Grizzlies.
In terms of aura, I don't know. The Memphis Hustle playing pretty good right now, and that basically is what the team is. It's the Memphis Hustle because everybody's injured. I sure
grit
hope
and
you
grind.
didn't. I sure hope you didn't only do Tennessee sports teams here, but we'll see.
I made this specifically towards you.
I'm gonna go with 3 because Demetrius Jamel Moran is injured, so I can't really
3.
count him towards the aura per capita. So
All right. Next up, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
5. Get that shit out of here. Get that shit out of here. No, at least Trevor Lawrence has the least aura of AFC South quarterbacks as well, I feel. So in terms of pure aura, least amount. Like Anthony Richardson clears, CJ Stroud clears, Will Levis clears. Honestly, in terms of
All
pure,
right.
pure aura. If you wonder what I mean by
Next.
aura, I don't even know how to define it. To be honest with you,
We're just using words
it's
around
pure
here.
vibe. Next up, what we got?
Next up, we have the Vols basketball team.
I hope you're not tricking me into putting the Titans at 4, and that's why you're saving them for last. However, the Basket Vols, number 4 team in the country right now, I gotta put them at number 2. Basket Vols have incredible aura right now, and they're fucking killing it, man. Dalton Connect, arguably the best player in the country this year, probably gonna be a top 10 draft pick, if not a little higher. Best scorer in the country for sure. Like, dog is a monster. Love that man. Gotta be number 2 for me.
All right. So that leaves your number 4.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping I could kind of, trick you with something.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to think of, something fun for this last one. Number 4, you have the Baltimore Ravens.
I'd probably, in hindsight, the only thing about this I'd change, I'd put them above the Grizzlies if I could, but I can live with them being at 4. I don't like the Ravens particularly. I mean, they got aura. Lamar lost his aura actually after that AFC Championship performance.
I tried to
Lost
think
a
of,
little bit, but-
teams that the Titans are like rivals with, and that was the
Mhm.
closest I could really come up with besides like a division rival.
Fair enough. I don't know.
I was hoping I could trick you into being like, well, obviously Titans are going to be the last one he says, so I'm going to save it. and you would have him like super high, but that did not happen today.
No, did not happen
I don't know,
today.
dude. Jacob, you somehow like perfectly navigated this.
You know what? Maybe
because your rankings ended up being the Vols football team at 1,
the
Vols basketball team at 2,
and the
Grizzlies at 3, Ravens at 4,
and Jaguars at 5. Yeah. I mean, like I said, the only thing I maybe changed, maybe I'd put Baltimore above Memphis, but
I don't know, dude.
I don't care. Like,
GG Jackson now.
GG Jackson's got so much fucking aura, man. So does Vince's. Oh my god.
Yeah, Ravens disappoint in the playoffs, lose their defensive coordinator.
The Memphis.
You probably navigated this.
The Memphis Hustle, playing in the NBA right now. The entire team being. I'm pretty sure, like, there was one night where the entire active roster had at one point been assigned to the Memphis Hustle. It got that bad with how many injuries this team has had, but with how much playing time these guys have gotten, there are some real stars on this like coming through here. GG Jackson, of course, is one of them. Like, and then Vince Williams as well. Like, this you know, when we fire Taylor Jenkins, and when John Morant comes back. This team could be very fun next year, especially with a top 10 pick. But you know, we'll see. We'll see where that goes.
Well, now let's do whatever this other blind ranking was.
Your turn, isn't it? So, my friend, I'm
going to record this. Might make it like a short.
I have something fun for you.
All right.
I have something fun planned for you. Now, I don't even know what order I'm going to list these off in, because I have, well, of course, there's 5 of them, but also I kind of like went down a list, because I don't know much about this topic. I went down a list and I tried randomly placing them as best as I could.
Okay.
So let's see how well I feel like you're going to do reasonably well here.
Okay.
Top 5 Red Rangers.
Okay. I knew. I was thinking it was just gonna be Power Ranger seasons.
Okay.
But because when you said you didn't know much, I was like, this is gonna be Power Rangers related.
Okay. I had a feeling you probably had an inkling, but yes.
All right.
So.
Now, the question is, like, does he leave the best one for last or the worst one for last? And that's like the gamble I'm about to have to take.
What if I do neither? What if you just end up putting a really mediocre Ranger at number 1, and then that's
maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
Anywho,
I'm ready.
First up, Cole Evans.
Cole Evans.
Cole Evans.
That feels like it should be like a really solid 3.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of want to go 4. But let me think. I have no idea what could be coming down the line.
I'm
gonna go with 4. His actor killed his roommate.
Oh, that's. You probably told me that, and I probably forgot it.
I'm gonna let real world stuff factor in here and bring down his vibes a little bit. Let's go 4.
All right, let's go with. Let's go with Nick Russell.
Oh, see, this is one where it's like nostalgia from when I was a kid watching. He's really high up there, but on a rewatch as an adult, you're like, this character kind of sucks.
So what does that do for you think?
I think he had a thing going on with the Blue Power Ranger who I had a huge crush on. So he's got moves like that. He got motion. I'll put him at 3.
Okay. That's probably where I figured. Okay, that was Nick. I think. I sure hope so.
Yeah.
Okay. TJ.
Ooh, see, this is tough. I've talked about this before. As a Red, he probably should be a little lower, but as an overall character, he's like, because he was later a Blue Ranger, and as a Blue Ranger, elite. I'm gonna put him at 2 because even as a Red, he was solid, but his season sucked.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put him at 2.
So I've got.
Fuck.
Jack Landers.
Okay. That's my fucking dog. I'm gonna have to put him at 1.
Okay.
Because he's better. I think as a Red, he's better than everyone else you named. From literally went from being on the street to being the Red Ranger in the matter of like a day. Okay. So let's fucking. He's got all the dog in him. Let's put him at 1.
All right. The last remaining Red Ranger.
Please say Jaden.
It was Jaden. You're in
Yes.
luck. And that's why I didn't want to fire off Jaden too early because I knew that'd be an immediate number 5 for you. So I was hoping somebody would somehow occupy that space before I could say Jaden.
I had a feeling because I've
going, and I'm like, is he gonna like? I figured like at some point you got to put somebody else there. Nope, it's Jaden. Yeah, okay, you navigated that really well too.
Thank God, because I had a feeling because I was like, I've let my hate of Samurai be known so well that even you, who doesn't watch Power Rangers at all, knows I fucking hate that season. Mm-hmm. And I've also recently have found myself on the Power Ranger side of TikTok, and those fucking mindless children love Jaden, and I don't fucking know why.
Incredible. Well, you did a great job. Proud of you.
Whew.
Very proud of you. And we both did well. Ultimately, like, I'm sorry that might not be good content, but
we just fucking nailed it.
Yeah, neither of us are at all upset with how we just did that. So I can live with that, 100%.
Okay. Thank God. You know what I didn't actually think about? I did not actually think about this top 3, but that's what we're getting into right now. Ladies and gentlemen, top 3 of the week. Nickelodeon shows.
I also didn't think about this even remotely.
I know my one.
I know my one. It's probably the same.
I know my one, and that's kind of it. I'm looking up Nickelodeon shows just to jog my memory.
I may have to do the same thing.
And because also some of these, it's like, which network was that?
Right, that's what I'm thinking of, and I want to like list something off without knowing.
And be like, oh, that was a Disney, or oh, that was Cartoon Network.
Well, I feel like Cartoon Network for the most part I would know, but
they've got a vibe. I think Nick also has a vibe, but it's just like, I don't know. So I know my one. Is that up there? Is that up there? That might be up there. That's gonna be okay. The list is coming together.
Okay, I got it.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
I've got one based on nostalgia, and then 2 based on, I fuck with them.
Okay, I think I got mine.
Yep.
So I think I go first, right? Because it's on your channel.
You sure do, my friend.
All right, my number 3. Maybe the most classic Nickelodeon show of all time. Probably, I think it's still going on today. Spin-offs have been coming out now that the original creator is dead, and they're finally able to go against one of his wishes of not having spin-offs.
All the way down to 3?
I have it at 3, and I have and I feel fine with it. And it is SpongeBob. Mm-hmm. It's just some of the most classic episodes you've ever seen as a kid. With like the pizza delivery episode is the one that comes to mind first.
Absolutely, that's got
chocolate when they're selling chocolate. That's another one.
Anytime they're going door to door with anything, or to anybody's
panty raiding.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me, Doodle Bob.
Some great music, some great movies out there as well. The most iconic Nickelodeon characters come from this show. Mm-hmm. One of the most iconic duos and trios come from this show. SpongeBob. Mm-hmm. But I don't think I got as into it as some other people did. There's some other Nickelodeon shows that I connected with more, just enjoyed more. So I'm putting SpongeBob at 3.
All right, I respect it.
If I was making like an unbiased list, SpongeBob would go 1. Like if I was just looking at cultural impact and all that. But just personally, SpongeBob at 3.
Number 3 for me. This one is purely nostalgia because I haven't seen it in well over a decade at this point. But it's a show I grew up on. It's a show that I loved watching growing up. And it's a show that people still fuck with to this day. People still make memes about it. It's still culturally relevant. Number 3 for me is The Backyardigans.
I didn't see that when I pulled up Nick.
I'm gonna be totally honest. I didn't really grow up on Nickelodeon. I was a Cartoon Network girly. I didn't watch a whole lot of Nick, and when I did,
I think I was more on Disney.
When I did watch Nick, it was pretty much SpongeBob. Like spoiler alert. That's gonna be you won't see it later.
Backyardigans legitimately might have been like my first favorite TV show when I was a kid. My mom would bring it up, still brings it up that I would watch that shit. Yo, Pablo was the fucking dog.
Pablo was that dog.
Pablo was my dog.
Backyardigans roleplay. No, you can't be Pablo. I'm already Pablo. There's a reason that picture was so popular. That's yeah. You cannot be Pablo. I'm already Pablo. That shit went hard. I still think about an episode where they found the dragon egg and they had that song at the end. You know, he's not an egg anymore. I don't know. It's been, like I said, it's been like 15 years.
I'll be honest, it's been so long that I just remember that I loved it, but I don't
Yes.
actually remember any
Very
specific
few
plot
details.
lines from the show.
I just know that shit went hard. Also, just the very premise. It's just kids playing in their backyard, imagining things.
Yeah.
That's dope. You know what I mean?
Intro
It's just
song
kids.
goes crazy.
It's kids being kids. Yeah. You're with your friends, the backyardigans. Or something like that. I don't know. Been a long time. Anywho, moving on. Sorry, you're number 2.
My number 2. This show has a character in it whose voice is so fun to mimic and pretend to do. Great for singing, dancing in the dark. A beautiful cover done by this character. And this show in general is just, I don't know. I mean, for a while, this probably spent time as my favorite show.
Is there also a Redbone by Childish Gambino cover in there somewhere?
Yes.
Uh-huh. I see.
Yeah.
Okay, now I know for sure.
He's got some. He's got some hits out there.
He's got some hits. He's got some bangers.
He's got some fucking hits out
some
there.
Bangers. For sure.
And this show, I love crossovers that when established characters that weren't made just to crossover.
Mm-hmm.
Crossover, like ones that just kind of eventually happened crossovers, not, I don't know, with how Marvel has been so popular that some people just try to rush to having things crossover. It has one of the best well done crossovers of all time, and the best part is it's like the art style is so different in this crossover when they cross over in dimensions. But anyways, number 2, Jimmy Neutron.
Himmy.
One of my favorite lines to quote from this show is, maybe next time get a boy that can handle the Neutron style. Later, Nicarama.
Oh, see, I done cut
Usually it
myself
cuts off
after
in the versions most people see.
Yes.
but I mean, and Carl.
Good stuff. Oh my god.
Carl.
We're going to finish that croissant.
Jimmy's mom.
Lord have mercy.
I mean, and Sheen was probably my favorite character. He got his own spinoff.
And he deserved it.
I don't remember watching it really.
Was it Planet Sheen?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't really watch it.
Because he fucking dicks around on one of Jimmy's ships and just gets fucking launched.
Planet Sheen. Shit happens to us all.
One of my favorite memes from that show, but was like, you missed some. I forgot how it starts up. It's like, you missed some salt, dude. Oh, just some sodium chloride. No, dude, that's salt. That's what I said. Sodium chloride. And the memes of what goes on in that man's head in that moment.
Yeah.
Some of the funniest I've seen.
My favorite one is when he explains to him that sodium chloride and like common table salt are not the same thing.
Yes.
That's the best one. By far.
Or when he's doing the math in his head instead of using the register, and he's like trying to show up how he's smart, and he's like, and they like the meme is him being like, Jimmy, I know you're smart, but that is also for inventory purposes. So while you're showing off, you're actually hurting the company. And it's just like, it's
you're
just
making
the way.
my job more difficult, Jimmy.
Yeah. Now I have to go back and do inventory manually, Jimmy. Fucking Skeet is in like one episode, but the show in general has, I think, an underappreciated like meme impact.
The cultural relevance, of Jimmy Neutron, I think, that does go a little under the radar. I would agree with you there.
Yeah, but it's definitely one of my favorites. That's my number 2. Your number 2, sir.
My number 2 also features a Himmy. There's a Himmy protagonist in this one as well. This one also introduced one of the greatest characters of all time. That also is once again produced one of the greatest memes of all time. This show gave birth to the Negachin. Now, the great thing about the Negachin is that
this show might have crossed over with my show.
His name is often mispronounced slightly.
A little bit.
And it may have caused some concern a time or two. This show, another goated theme song, goated intro, great characters throughout, and one of the greatest cartoon duos of all time. and especially in the sense that they are almost polar opposites in how responsible they are with what their role is in the story. And I am, of course, talking about Fairly Odd Parents. Now,
that was almost my number 3. It was really close.
Yes. Now, Fairly Odd Parents, to me, this is, if there's anything besides my number 1, that I may not have mentioned a couple times already, that I remember watching pretty often, besides, of course, the Backyardigans when I was really young, it was this show. For me, it was the Fairly Odd Parents if it wasn't SpongeBob. And, yeah, so many memorable moments from this show. And apparently there's some really cool lore. Like, I think it was later confirmed that he once wished to be, like, young forever so that he could just keep doing all
I think that was, like, the series finale reveal.
Yeah. That he's actually, like, 60 years old or some shit. It's insane.
47 years ago or some shit like that when they ask him how long he's...
Wait a minute. That makes him, really recontextualizes him trying to get with Trixie. She's a minor.
Well, he clearly hasn't aged in any way either.
I understand that. Obviously, then in terms of like brain capacity, he has not aged at all. I'm just.
Well, they've all been.
Oh, never mind. Okay, well then, never mind. She's not a minor.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how that works. I'm gonna avoid that top. Anywho.
Anyways, your show crossed over with my number 2.
It sure did. The two Himmies.
And it was elite.
The two Himmies. Jimmy and Timmy.
Seeing each other in their different art styles.
Pretty incredible.
Timmy was a nightmare.
Yes.
In Jimmy's art style.
I agree.
3D fucking Timmy, terrifying.
Floating cap.
His buck teeth did not translate as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hard pass.
Love that show too.
Hard pass. Your number 1, sir.
My number 1. A live action show.
Not a cartoon.
Not a cartoon. Cultural impact, memes. This show has it all that we've talked about before. Mm-hmm. And then a really strong family dynamic that kind of grows as the show goes on that I really enjoyed.
I think I may know what this is.
It's about, a mom, her son and daughter, a dad, and his son coming together. The two sons, how their brotherhood truly forms. My number 1 is definitely Drake and Josh.
Fuck yeah.
Also, some of the best transitions in TV. I love how every episode started with them both kind of talking to the camera, and sometimes they would kind of play into each other. Yeah, very big Drake and Josh fan. Drake and Josh at number 1.
I fuck with it. Not one I watched a whole lot, but I get why so many people love it.
Drake, where's the door? It's right there. I drew it with the magic marker. You're supposed to cut it out with the power saw. I'm gonna. Do it then. All right, I will. I see the problem.
I do think, unfortunately, the actions of one of those men later in life have definitely left somewhat of a damper on the.
Moved to Mexico one fucking time.
Yeah, well, yeah, that'll do it.
Just because he learned Spanish, his reputation's taking a hit.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it was all about. Nothing to do with anything to do with underage women. Nah.
Do we really know? Nah. I mean, we weren't there.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously that all happened after the fact, and I mean, it doesn't make the show any worse. It's just, it is what it is. But yeah, no, good choice, for sure. Can you guess what my number 1 is? Have I alluded to it at all throughout?
Avatar.
That was Nickelodeon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna slide Backyardigans to the honorable mention slide. We're gonna slide Fairly Odd Parents to number 3. We're gonna move SpongeBob to number 2, We've already talked at length about SpongeBob. Number one is Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I cannot believe I forgot this was Nickelodeon. Oh my god, one of the greatest TV shows ever. I think it was in my top 3 shows of all time. When we did that, I think it was. Pretty sure it was right next to Breaking Bad. I've already talked at length about this, but I'm going to do it again.
The list is piling up. You might have been more of a Nickelodeon kid than you realized.
Maybe I really was putting that shit on. I just didn't know it. But granted, Avatar. I never finished it when I was a kid. I definitely when it got on Netflix, I rewatched it all the whole thing later in life, and fucking incredible.
I've been meaning to rewatch it.
Because
I saw it when I was a kid.
It's that good. It holds up perfectly. It is that good. The themes are incredible.
Let me tell you. We're gonna talk about Avatar more later on when we get to what we've been on.
Okay. All right. Oh no. Oh no.
We'll get into it.
Why would you want to watch that before rewatching? Okay, never mind. We'll get into it.
We might have different opinions on things.
We'll get into it. Anywho, yeah, fucking incredible show, and very mature, very grown up, very.
Love the world building.
Whole lot of fun, and I love how each episode has almost a story within a story. Something happens within the episode to drive the overarching plot forward, but also a little bit happens in the episode that leaves you satisfied enough to where you're like, okay, that was a good, conclusive episode. That was fun to watch. That stood on its own without the whole Fire Lord Ozai situation coming into play, right? So, most episodes anyways. Occasionally they did a little two-parter, the little doubleheader. But for the most part, each episode stands on its own, and I think that's very rare to find in TV shows where there is, a main plot thread. It's very rare you find every episode feels you feel like you have a full tummy after each episode. It feeds you well. So that'd be it for me.
That's our top 3 of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Next week, I'm pretty sure we're doing Disney, I guess.
I guess it'd be Disney. Now that goes for. In fact, I'm gonna extend that to Jetix, because Jetix eventually became Disney XD.
Okay.
And I don't know if you watched any Jetix growing up.
But Power Rangers that's where they showed Power Rangers. So yeah, I did.
I watched a little bit of Jetix growing up. So. All right.
Yeah, Disney XD, Jetix. We'll just lump it all.
We'll make it all one thing. For sure.
Yeah, are we doing what we've been on?
Let's do it. You first. You're the guest.
Let's get into it. We kind of teased it 2 seconds ago, but I have watched all 8 episodes of Netflix's Avatar: The Last Airbender. And I gotta say, I fucked with it. I know it's been getting a lot of hate. Some of the criticisms are true and warranted. Some, I think people are being a little too harsh or overreacting. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say this. Obviously, the original version of anything is always going to be better. Or at least 90%, 99% of the time.
Well, definitely, we all know the original Coca-Cola was the best.
But when you make something for the first time, you build whatever the original story is, the world, everything, you're making it with the mindset of the media that you're going to put it on, the original medium or format or whatever you're going to put it on. So when you adapt it from that to something else, anything else, in any translation, it's going to lose something.
Yeah, I think that's
so. Yes, the cartoon is obviously better, but I think the show on its own I liked it. I had a really good time watching it. Enjoyed all 8 episodes. I will say my 4 performances stand out to me that I really enjoyed. Mm-hmm. I liked Fire Lord Ozai, who's playing him. I thought he did a really good job. Can't wait to see more of him. Iroh, they got a really good Uncle Iroh.
That was important, very important.
Really hard to live up to, but he's doing probably as good as you can do. He's doing great. Sokka. Probably, he was my favorite character in the cartoon, and there is something about what they do with Sokka that we can talk about. Uh-huh. But what they're asking of this actor, he's delivering on 100%.
That's good.
He's doing a great job. And finally, Prince Zuko.
Which was also a very important one to get. Zuko and Iroh in particular had to get him right.
Those two, their dynamic is working really well together. There's a scene I think they added. I don't think this was in the original cart. Did you see all 8 episodes yet?
No, I haven't seen any of them.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Well, okay. Well, do you care if I say anything?
You're good.
Okay. They add. I think they add this scene at the very least. You definitely wouldn't have seen it in season 1 of Tenjin's Uncle Iroh's son's funeral, and Prince Zuko like telling Iroh what Tenjin like meant to him.
Yeah, that's new.
And I think it establishes the beginning of like they definitely had a relationship obviously before being family, but like what their relationship is, I think they do. That's a really good scene establishing the beginning of it.
Mm-hmm.
Thought it was a great addition.
Okay.
But Prince Zuko by himself, I heard he's supposed to be like this kind of like annoying at times, whiny, like, so focused on this mission guy.
Yeah, he's like the Anakin Skywalker of...
yes.
Yeah.
And he did it great. And by the way, his fighting, the kicks he's doing, like what he's doing when he's firebending, is he got that shit.
He got that shit?
I would not fuck with that actor because he got that shit.
Okay.
He's great.
I hear you.
And Sokka, he's got aura. I think the actor captures the aura minus one thing that is important to the character in the cartoon early on.
Radical misogyny.
Let's get into it.
Yeah.
So I wasn't surprised that they took it out. We've talked about this before. I actually have a decent bit to say on this.
So
we've talked about this. We've talked about this before, with when seeing something in live action versus other mediums, it hits harder. So I understand. It was not surprised that they took away his sexism, and I think that they still allow him to grow as a character, and they still actually do talk about sexism in a specific part.
Mm-hmm.
So the message of not being sexist is still in the show.
Yes. Not
to as significant a degree, but it is still pretty heavily featured in like 1.5 episodes. But with Sokka specifically, I'm honestly fine that they took it out. Fine being the key word.
Mm-hmm.
Could they have done it? Because like I said, it's one thing to see it in other mediums. It's another thing to see an actual human being physically being sexist like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand them wanting to take it out. Could they have done it and still make it work and still have you love this character at the end of his journey? Yes. Should they have done it? Still, ultimately, yes. I think it still would have been better for the that character that you're eventually going to love,
mm-hmm.
seeing him have a flaw, overcoming it, and getting better.
And that
I get that. Yeah, a lot of shows, especially nowadays, like they don't want characters, especially main protagonist characters, to have any flaws because they just want to portray what's best. It's boring. It's boring,
so fucking
and it's unrealistic. And you also need to let people know that if they've made mistakes in the past, that they can overcome them and grow.
Yes. And that's
everything I have to say. So I understand why they did it. I'm ultimately fine that they did it. He still shows insecurity
mm-hmm.
with being a warrior and overcoming it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not through a sexist angle.
Okay.
But he still grows as a character, so you still see a character grow within Sokka. You just don't see him shed sexism because he just doesn't have it to begin with. But anyways, I'm fine with the change.
Yeah.
But I do think it would have been better if they had kept it. But ultimately, I don't think it makes the show bad.
Not a deal breaker for you.
No, it doesn't make the show bad. It just makes it a lesser adaptation.
Right. Now
that's what I have to say on that front.
I haven't seen the show, so I can't say too much other than your characters are supposed to be flawed. Mm-hmm. Goodness gracious, I've been fighting something ever since I had strep back in December. It's been on and off. And like we are allowed to portray these things because we have to again, you said there is still an angle of, hey, this is not okay in the show. But now you're taking somebody that the audience is supposed to root for, and you are taking away a core element of their character. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, a negative core element of their character, but however, it's a negative we see them overcome throughout the course of the show, throughout the course of the media, and I think it is very important to have, like, even in live action television shows, even if they're made for kids, I think it's very important to have like a
Especially if it's made for
ugly
kids.
flaws. Especially if it's made for kids, because they need to know more than anybody. They're the ones that can still learn this shit because, their minds haven't been set yet. Some of your main characters should have, should be kind of nasty sometimes, in the sense that, they can have glaringly obvious weaknesses as people, and, them working to overcome it over the course of a show is exactly what you should have, because like we said, if you take away everybody's flaw because you don't want your protagonist to look like an asshole, what is your protagonist now other than boring? They're not human. There's nothing about them that makes them relatable to your audience, because everybody's got something that they're not necessarily proud of. Now, I personally, I've tried very hard to work on myself. Anything I feel I don't like about myself, I like to try and be better at. I like to try and treat others the best I can, regardless of whatever. But, it's to have one of your main characters lose a core weakness. Yes, I agree with you. It does make it a weaker adaptation. In that sense, I haven't seen the show, so I can't say that the show is bad or the show is necessarily weaker. But that element of it, no matter what, is going to be weaker because of it.
Because anytime you have an adaptation, there's two different questions. It's is it good? Period. On its own, is it good? And then is it good property as a adaptation?
Yes.
That change, I don't think it affects the quality of the show. Like I said, I enjoyed the show. Just specifically as an adaptation, it obviously lessens
definitely causes issues. Yeah, I'm with you. But I do think your point about it being live action, I understand that too. Why they would want to tone that aspect of it down, because it's a lot more real, it's a lot more visceral when it's people, not just drawings. But still, I would have preferred they kept that in.
Yeah, it's like what I said. It's I understand the reasoning, so ultimately I'm fine with the change, but would have preferred it to be in there.
Yeah.
But another one is they talk about Aang, not I don't know, have his desire to have fun, they say, is lessened, and him not wanting to be a kid as much is lessened. If you watch the show, he very much acts and still feels like a kid. It's not because what I heard online before I saw the show made it seem like he was gonna be I don't know, overly serious and not have this youthful joy, this childlike joy. That is very much. I still feel like that's very much a part of his character in the show.
Good.
Is being this optimistic child, and he literally somebody says that to him is you're like a child, and he's like, is that bad? Is what he says back to him. And there's scenes even as he's avataring around. There'll still be anytime they're in a town and there's other kids, you'll see him physically just playing around with them while other characters are talking. It's the focus of it is gone, but I still feel his desire to be a kid and have fun is still very much within him.
Yeah.
So from what I had seen online, I was afraid of that, but it's just not the case.
Yeah.
Another complaint of this show is that they feel like the character of Katara was lessened, and that they don't give her as much to do. I do mostly agree with that one. For a couple, it's not till the very end when she's faced with sexism, because they go up to the Northern Watering Tribe, and how they deal with sexism is up there. Women don't fight; they are strictly healers.
Which is what it was, I think, in the cartoon. I think that's how it worked.
It worked in there. Okay, I couldn't remember, but they play that up, I guess, a bit more. So there is still this overcoming of sexism, but it's not really up until then that she specifically has something going on. Kind of. There is when they deal with the face stealer, she has Sokka shows his insecurities about back when he first became a warrior and his father not really believing in him, and then we see Katara watch her mother die from the firebenders.
Less than ideal.
Yeah, but so that's ultimately true. Again, I don't think it's overly to the detriment. I still like Katara, the actress's performance. I don't think it's as strong as the other. The four that I listed this started this with. Those are great.
Yeah.
I genuinely really liked how they all did. All the other actors, if I didn't name them specifically, they were at a minimum fine. But for the most part, I liked Katara. I liked Aang's
no bad performances for you.
No main characters, at least main right now. There was, I'm trying to remember names, but there was a couple times where like there's a couple characters that I had seen act, and I was like, this is kind of iffy, and they're not main characters right now, but I know they become more main later on. Okay. But nothing I'm worried about.
Okay.
But yeah, the complaint with Katara is true. The complaints about them not really feeling as much as friends, like in terms of like seeing, like not being told, but actually seeing them become better friends. I do agree with that. And I think it's because obviously it got shortened down. It's got trimmed down to 8 episodes, so there's a lot less time, and it is to the detriment of it. I do think that it does lessen the show as a whole, not just as an adaptation, but as a whole, like not feeling that friendship as much.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like it's unbelievable that they're friends, but like to the level that it should be for everything to perfectly work. They need to be developed more as friends going forward, which I think we will. I think this first season, it's like, man, we have to lay a lot of groundwork because they can't just be like they've seen the show, whatever. Like it's like this is going to be some people's first time seeing this, so we have to truly establish the world properly.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of exposition there,
which I think is
that
fair.
Maybe
that's what they should.
I get the trade off, but it still ultimately lessens it. Of having more time to see them be friends and come together as friends. But like I said, since a lot of the groundwork was laid out in season 1, I think they can better upon it later on. Katara is going to teach Aang waterbending. That's going to do a lot for them growing as friends, those two specifically. And then I would say Appa and Momo, the characters of them, you don't really get to see as much. Which, again, like real world makes sense. Because those things are fucking expensive to have on camera. Yeah. So I get it. Like, I think each episode of this show is like $15 million.
Wow. Which
is a fucking shit ton for a show.
Yeah.
So, like, real world, I understand it. But if we're going to see Aang flip the fuck out like he does when Appa gets taken, gotta start showing Appa as a character in his own right. Momo has actually. I think Momo actually has more moments than Appa does of showing like character to him. Like Appa pretty much is just kind of like this living bus, essentially.
Well, I was gonna say Appa at the very least has like a role. You know what I mean? Like Momo, I think has to have some kind of character because Appa is at least there for transportation.
Yeah.
Like Momo has to have some kind of character in order for the audience to care about Momo in the slightest. Because at the very least, even if when Appa goes missing, even if it's just a plot device, because he's not really a character in the show, it still serves a purpose.
It'll still make sense,
right?
To a degree.
Yeah.
But Aang flipping out the way that the level that he does, you gotta establish his character more. But yeah, Momo has funny moments, and then he has like one like touches the heart a little bit more of like establishing him as a character moment.
Yeah.
Another thing, there's a lot with this show, and I had a lot of thoughts. Another thing, showing and having Azula and Fire Lord Ozai like pretty much off rip, and showing what's going on in the Fire Nation, ultimately I think could actually be a positive. I think having Fire Lord Ozai and Azula's relationship, seeing that dynamic working in the Fire Nation, while we see Uncle Iroh and Zuko out in the world, I think can work very well as parallels to each other.
That's a great dichotomy. Absolutely.
So I think that could work perfectly and could be a really good addition that they're doing. They're laying the groundwork for it now and can like further upon it. I think that could actually be something that is a plus and could, if they play that up, could be something they do better than the cartoon in terms of showing like showcasing the kind of caring nature of Uncle Iroh and how that affects Zuko versus the harsh nature of Fire Lord Ozai and how it's affecting Azula.
Yeah.
Like just seeing it like as it happens, seeing it better.
Yeah.
I could see that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Man, I fucking went off on the show in terms of details.
Yeah, but hey, I'm gonna let you cook.
Fucking, there's a lot of hate, and I'm just like, guys, I think it's good on its own. I get it. It's not as good as the cartoon. No shit. Also, visually, I think it actually it actually looks pretty good.
I hope with a $15 million an episode budget, that shit better look good.
But they did bending about as well as you can. Mm-hmm. When Zuko is fighting, especially with like when Zuko is fighting, especially like that's when I'm like, yo, this bending looks pretty fucking sick.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think that's pretty much everything I have to say off the top of my head. I give it a B. I give the show a B. Yep. For me, and then maybe I'm a lenient grader, but for me, grading is like A is like it's great and I love it. Mm-hmm. B is like I liked it, I enjoyed it. C is like I had it was a whatever time. I don't hate that I watched it. D is like I get why others can enjoy it, but I did not. And then F is just straight up this is fucking bad.
This is bad.
So that's how I view it. So I give it a B.
Okay. All right. Good stuff.
But yeah, that's mostly what I've been on, pretty much.
Not a whole lot else going on. Just the. Oh, you spent. You had a lot to say about Avatar, so
I did because I saw hate for it, and I was like, "What?" Because we have a friend. We have a mutual friend.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show. Been on the show.
Been on the show.
He said it was bad, but it was fun, and I just disagree. Mm-hmm. I think it's good and it's fun. It's not. I wouldn't say it's great, but I think it could get better, especially like the more time these people have with the property. Also, they said the writing is kind of bad. Like the dialogue is bad. Bad is harsh, but they're not too far off. Mm-hmm. It is. There's times where I'm like, this is. Might need a little more experience under your belt for dialogue here.
Yeah.
But yeah. I felt what they wanted me to feel, and that's like an important first step for anything.
That's fair.
I felt what they wanted me to feel, and that says a lot. But anyways, ultimately, I enjoyed it. I think it's getting too much hate right now. Yes, it's not the critically acclaimed, one of the greatest TV shows ever made cartoon.
Yep.
Don't come in with that expectation. And also, anytime I see an adaptation, you got to go in with the mindset of like they're going to change some stuff. Because also, if they don't, what's the point? In like, because it's like I've already seen this. If you change absolutely, and I'm not saying you need to be making changes. Sometimes maybe there's examples where a 1-for-1 adaptation would work, but I think a lot of times it's like modernize a thing or make it of it like I don't know, do something with it. Because if you're doing 1-for-1, why the fuck wouldn't I just watch the other thing?
Yeah.
So I never get too mad at changes that don't affect the overall heart and feeling of the property.
I actually wholeheartedly agree with you. I prefer subtle changes because, like you said, if it's 1-for-1, the exact same thing, why on earth would I ever choose to consume this and not the other? Like, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. That is a 1-to-1 reskin of Diamond and Pearl with 3D chibi art style, and then that's it. And it's like, well, why wouldn't I just play Platinum? It's a better game, objectively. It's a better game. It is so much better. Even all the good stuff in Platinum you could have implemented, you didn't. Why? Why didn't you do that?
My mom's calling me.
Like, bye, Brayden. All right. So while Brayden's gone, I just need y'all to know. So Brayden and I, we got a little rough in the bedroom last night. Okay. And he's back. I said some awful things about you once again.
Oh, once again.
Yeah, I guess
heartbreaking.
You just got to watch the whole thing to find out. But yeah, overarching point was that I'm with you. I don't like completely faithful adaptation. Well, I mean, not that I hate them. It's just like do something different. I don't want to watch this just to be like, haha, I remember like point and click at the exact dialogue I was expecting. Like, no, switch it up a bit. Let me have a little fun with it.
I think I'm getting kind of rushed.
Okay, fair enough. I'll talk about the one thing I was really on that I'm excited to talk about, and that was the new Quadeca mixtape. Quad did. He did indeed. And it... Good.
I think I just gotta go.
Alright, man. I'm gonna catch you later.
Yeah,
right,
Quadeca.
That's gonna do it. Quad did.
I ate up all the time talking about Avatar.
It's all good.
Alright.
Quad did, y'all.
Thank you guys for watching.
Peace.